What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and I want to welcome you to part 2 of my Kazuya Advanced Techniques additional super guide, I guess, on Kazuya. And today we're going to talk about wall strategy. So first of all, you've probably seen his basic wall combos. Back 2-4, down forward 1-4. That's the most consistent combo he has. It will most often connect. It's very good. Back 2 has got great range, so if you throw them far to the wall, this combo is great. It does decent damage, and as I said, it breaks walls. So on Geese stage, what do? Back 2-4, down forward 1-4. It's really, really good. After that, we have his main wall combo, which is this one. That's the high damage one. Can be tricky to do with the while standing 4 if you dash into it, but does great damage. It's a bit inconsistent, so if you hit it, for example, from the side, on certain characters, in certain angles, it might drop. So if you get a wall splat from the side, I would just recommend doing back 2-4, down forward 1-4, because it will likely always connect. Those are the main wall combos. Kazuya is extremely versatile in his combos, and this includes combos at the wall, so his resplatting ability is great. We'll start with backdash into back 3-1 to resplat them on the wall. It's really, really good. You can even sidestep into down forward 1-4 for additional damage. It's slightly harder to hit, but it's not that difficult. We can also 3-1-4 them away from the wall or up on the wall again. But yeah, you can get them away from the wall or even do additional damage with an electric like that, but that's very advanced. But I just want to show that this is possible. So Kazuya's resplatting is really, really good. And what do we use to wall splat? We have a low crushing, safe, quick mid in up forward 3. It's really good. You even have a power crush that wall splats in forward 2, but it's -12. While standing 3, perfectly safe mid again. That's homing. Back 4, also wall splat. Homing move, but it's high. Down forward 1-2, forward 2, but it's kind of risky. You have some wall splatting stuff. And of course, the house sweep in certain angles will wall splat. And even from this angle, it's really good to remember, but if you're in this angle and to your right is the wall, the house sweep will put them on the wall, and down forward 1-4 will float them and place them in a sidestep left angle, making down forward 3-1 perfectly possible and easy to connect. So that's very good to know. Oh, and we're going to of course go over the one gimmicky cheesy move Kazuya has, and it's the one spin unblockable. So back 1-4, tap it. This is the gimmick Kazuya has, and he shares it with Devil Jin. It's uber cheese. Most really good top tier players will sidewalk it to the left, and Kazuya will end up at the wall with his back towards them, and you're going to die basically. But even some of the best players will eat this once in a while. It's so fast, it's hard to react to, and afterwards we get a wall combo. So it's yeah, it's really good. So yeah, I did want to mention that as well. And now I'm going to go into some of the mix-ups we can do at the wall that perhaps you don't know about but are very strong. So let's say, for example, I've gotten a launch at the wall with the electric. Let's say I do 2 electrics, but this applies to any wall splat, okay? Any wall splat. If you do forward 4 here, the opponent is spiked to the ground and he cannot tech roll. If he does anything on the ground after that, like roll or try to stand up or get up kick you, down forward 1-4 will connect into guaranteed 1+2. And as you can see, 36 damage. It's unscaled because it's a reset. This does huge damage. And if he doesn't tech roll, Kazuya can actually get 3 of these in a row. Oh god, misinput. He can get 3 of these in a row before the opponent very quickly drops to the ground. And as you can see, the 4th one will whiff. This is because it counts as a semi-combo that's only tech rollable, so it's a fake combo. But so good to know, if you get a forward 4 next to the wall, if he does anything, down forward 1, 4, 1+2 connects. So they will be scared of doing anything. So that's of course where you have a mix-up with the stomp. That will also hit if they stand up and do not crouch. Forward 4 is actually a really good tool next to the wall. We are also going to go over down forward 1, 2 okiseme at the wall. It's something I've used historically, you know, because most people, when they get knocked down like this, will not stay on the ground. You know, down forward 2 places them on the ground and you can get forward 4, guaranteed. If they don't quick recover. But most people will quick recover here, and we're going to take a look at the Oki. But so, if they do not quick recover, you can stomp, you can do any ground hitting move. Oh, I actually forgot something I wanted to mention, and it's, you know with Jin at the wall, when you do his down back 4, you're at +3. And you can do an uninterruptible 1+2. Kazuya has the same thing. His down back 4 is +4, so that's a lot. So after that, if your opponent tries to push any buttons, you can press 1+2. But just like in the open field, down back 4 into down forward 2 is extremely powerful. Because as down back 4 is +4 and down forward 2 is 14, the only thing they can do to try and interrupt you is a jab, but if they jab, you will both hit at the same time. So if they do something slower, you're going to counter it them into 1+2 wall splat. That's 51 damage on its own. And then just imagine with a resplat the damage you'll get. But I do want to show that if you trade with them, like this, you can actually get down forward 1, 4. It's super easy. So down back 4, he tries to jab. No difficulty whatsoever. And it's the same result if they do a dick jab. So I just wanted to get that out there, that yeah, the damage potential here, down back 4 linked into down forward 2 is huge, but keep in mind that down forward 2 is -12. So yes, I just wanted to cover that. We will now go back to down forward 1, 2 okiseme. So as you can see, now I set the dummy to quick recover. Down forward 1, 2 spike, the opponent does a back roll into stand. What I've used this for previously is do down forward 1, 2 and then unblockable. And this will hit quite often. It's really cheesy. If they do that back roll, you know, usually they hold their guard anticipating a wall splatting move, but so suddenly the unblockable comes and yeah, game over. But good players might sidewalk you here. But there's a very powerful 50-50 mix-up here. As I told you previously, if they don't quick recover, the stomp will hit them. But there's actually a quite hard technique you can do here, but that's very potent. And it's down forward 1, 2, stomp. So why do we want to stomp here? It's because if they go with option A, just lie on the ground, it hits. If they go with option B and back roll, it connects. Unless they duck here. And here we have a very scary mix-up with up forward 3. Yeah, if they duck, what happens? They get re-splatted on the wall. So it's very scary to get splatted there. So here you actually have a perfect 50-50 with the stomp. If he just holds back, you know, anticipating upward 3 for a wall splat, the stomp is going to connect on his feet and do massive damage. The stomp actually does more damage if your opponent is standing when it connects. 25. I'm just going to warn you here that it's kind of hard to do this stomp if your opponent quick recovers. You're going to try it out now in practice mode, and I promise you it's not as easy as you think. So, as this connects, after the second hit, you're going to wait a bit, then tap up, like so, to do a crouch cancel, because he recovers crouching from down forward 1-2. And as soon as you hit that up to crouch cancel, you have to immediately, and I mean immediately, press down 3-4 for the stomp. If you don't do it perfectly, you will get down 3. And this is not a massive problem, because down 3 is going to hit grounded, and it's going to hit them low when they stand up, but it only does 12 damage compared to the stomp's 25 damage. As you can see, I failed it. Damn, failed it again. So, it's not brain dead, actually. You need some skill to do this. But is it good once you manage it? Yeah, it's very, very good. So this is something you're going to want to master. And as I said, you can mix this up with up forward 3. But you have an option, you know, with the low, the stomp. It hits them if they stay grounded, and it hits them in option B if they stand up and they don't duck. You can do, and the upward 3, of course, if they stay on the ground, it's not going to connect. But there's actually a mid option as the stomp that hits grounded and hits them if they decide to stand and then duck. And that's forward, forward, forward. Of course. So if he stays on the ground, it hits him. If he stands up and ducks, expecting a stomp, it will hit him. So that's a mid option that covers both options. So I guess I'm just going to show what this can look like. So I decided to go with House Sweep, but that's kind of risky. Yeah, I mean, you can see the potential of this. So I guess that's what I wanted to demonstrate with Kazuya's wall potential. You do have the Stonehead throw for a wall splat. At my level, most people will break this, but of course, it's good to know. We've done the re-splatting, we've shown the wall splatting techniques. I will cover the wall travel and wall extensions, you know, how to take people to the wall. We're going to cover that in video 3, which will come out tomorrow with the combos. But, so, I hope this taught you something about Kazuya's wall potential, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. Of course, I'm gonna have to show his rage drive at the wall, because a lot of people are... their chin just drop when they see his rage drive connected at 60%, so that's a low wall hit. As you can see, does quite unscaled damage, 27 plus 18, 45 damage. It will always do 45 damage if you hit it there. So how do you do this? You have to be able to do Kazuya's rage drive, of course, and you have to hit it not as the opponent is in this position, you know, straight towards the wall, but when he slumps down to sitting position there. That's where you want to connect it. There, as soon as he starts dropping towards his ass, his bottom, that's where you want to hit it. So wait for him to drop. Oh, we actually failed it. Like so. Does massive damage. I never drop this in match, but of course I drop it when I'm showing you guys. Okay, it's not hard. Okay, and there's just a last thing I have to show. Devil, you know, loses both he loses down forward 1-4. So both of the staple wall combos we showed you guys don't work with him. So what do we use as the wall with Devil? We do this. But here, I mean, classic Kazuya, you have a very difficult technique to get huge damage. And if you mash out, see this string, the super hell sweep, it does a lot of damage. But you can actually delay the third hit, the Thunder God Fist of this string. You can delay it so it hits 60%. Huge damage. So we'll do a damage comparison. 63. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have him reset at the wall. Okay, it's not super easy to do, but I do usually land it. 84. So we went from 63 to 84. Let's try and demonstrate it again. This is without the timing. 63. And now I'm gonna delay the third thunder. Oh god. It's not super easy. Here we go. As you can see, it hits 60% and suddenly it does 20 more damage. So when you are in Devil mode, you have access to an extremely damaging wall combo. But yeah, it's kind of hard to do. But I just needed to show that and say that it's out there because it is of course part of Kazuya's wall strategy. And now I have finally covered everything. I hope you learned something and I will see you in tomorrow's video where we talk about combos. Take care.